Konnichiwa, Matty Beeves des, Yoroshiku. So good to see you guys. Welcome back to the vlog. This week, I'm not vlogging, but I'm actually going to tell you guys how I've been learning Japanese language. So before we get into it, go ahead and roll the intro, and I'll see you guys soon. Alright, so for those of you who do not know, I am learning Japanese. If you follow me on Instagram, it is quite apparent. I post a lot of things about learning Japanese, the process, a lot of pop culture, music, movies, whatever it may be that is Japanese. Alright, so I really wanted to make this video to share with you all how I am learning Japanese language. Now, you're probably wondering why in the world did you choose Japanese language to learn, because there are so many languages. As you guys know, I've always been fond of the Japanese culture, of the anime growing up as a kid. Of course, I watched anime. Dragon Ball Z was my favorite, but way more than just seeing the anime and just kind of hearing about it and learning about it growing up. I'm actually at an age, at a point in my life where I'm very interested to learn way more about the culture, and I think the best way to do that obviously is to travel to Japan, which is in plans, but I really wanted to learn the language so that when I do land in Nihon or Japan, I want to be able to speak and have an open dialogue with the people of Japan. Now, I also have some friends there as well, so I would just love to speak to them and hear them in their own native tongue. So I'm very excited to continue this journey on learning Japanese. So if you didn't know why I'm learning Japanese, maybe now that sheds some more light on that. So there are four ways that I am learning Japanese, and I really didn't have a clear path on these 4 ways when I first started. I literally just jumped into it, and the first introduction that I had into learning Japanese was through an app. The app is called Duolingo. It's a free app. You can actually download it now on your phone, iOS, Android, whatever it is that you have. Find it on your app store. It is called Duolingo again, and I love this app for so many reasons. So I want to tell you guys about this app so that if you are indeed interested in learning a new language, whether it be Japanese, English, Chinese, Spanish, whatever it is, all of those languages are on this free app that you can start learning and practicing today. Alright, so one of the things that I love about Duolingo is that it is very easy to get into. It's very easy to start. Now, starting a new language is intimidating in itself, but if you have an app like Duolingo, it makes it very easy and very fun. Now, easy and fun may come at a price, but again, this app is a free app. It's one of those apps that we call, or we know as, freemium. You can do some, if not most, of the features or the things on that app for free. But if you want to unleash the entire slew of methods of practicing and learning a language, then you're gonna have to pay. So I started off with using the freemium version of the app, and that took me really far. I started to learn hiragana, which is the first set of characters in the Japanese language. So once I got a chance to learn some of the hiragana, some of the characters, it really became fun. It was like a game. So if you're anything like me, you wanna have an app that is very intuitive, you wanna have an app that is very engaging, Duolingo is that app for me, and it could be for you as well. I know there's a lot of other apps out there, but Duolingo just happened to be one of the ones that my friend Enrique actually told me to start. And another great thing about Duolingo is that there is so much structure within the app. Now, I didn't really know where to start when I wanted to learn Japanese. So the fact that Duolingo has lessons that are in order, sequential order that is, like Hiragana 1, Hiragana 2, you have introductions, you have foods, you have places, locations. It's all in order and it's in a nice structured way. I love that because, again, how am I as a only English speaking human being, how am I supposed to know where do I need to start learning a new language? Duolingo kind of puts it in a nice little order, and they all build upon themselves, each lesson as you progress and get further and further within the app. Now, as you get further and further, it is so easy to gain momentum, and I was starting to gain a lot of momentum as I was using the free version. I began to make a lot of mistakes, which I'm sure all of us will do when learning a new language, and with the free version, you do have to have a waiting period between lessons. You have these times where you have to wait for your little hearts to refresh so that you can start a brand new lesson. Now, for me, it started to become counterintuitive. I was really eager to learn more and more of the language, so I opted out and just paid for the app itself on a monthly fee of, I think it's like $10, $7 or $10 a month. So it's not super expensive, but again, it's not very cheap as well. But you do get the advantage of taking the lessons however often you want to. You don't have to wait. You don't have to sift through the thousands of ads that we all hate and know that we can find in other apps as well. All right, so the second way that I am learning Japanese is through flashcards. Now, we've all probably done flashcards growing up as a kid. It's something for me that I always have appreciated and learned to do. So I thought, why not make flashcards of the characters? It would be way more easier to learn and to recognize the characters. And here I am with all of my flashcards. Like, there's a lot. I probably have over 100 flashcards. And they've helped out tremendously, as you would imagine. One great thing about having flashcards is just being able to recognize and be able to call out each character or each phrase or word that I am trying to learn in Japanese. Now, I started to become really, really good at seeing a set of characters or seeing a one single particular character and being able to know what that character or what that word was. I was really good at seeking and destroying, in other words. But it got to a point where these flashcards were really good at getting me to memorize each word or each character, but I was starting to struggle on recalling those characters when I didn't see those characters in front of me, if that makes sense. So I could easily read and see whatever word or whatever character it was on my flashcards and be able to know the definition or what that particular sound or character meant. But if you just asked me with no cards, with nothing in front of me, I probably would not be able to recall whatever that word was or whatever that character was. So I started to kind of see the flaws of flashcards. They're great for recognizing and calling out what that character or what that word is, but once you take them away, for me at least, it became really daunting because I couldn't remember and I could not recall whatever word or character that was. So that kind of led me to my third method of learning. Now, the third method for me was to go out and buy books. I thought that if I could read and comprehend a little bit more, open up my vocabulary to more words, I might be able to recall those new words and recall those sentences or those lessons within the book. So far, I've bought 3 books. One of the books being Let's Learn Hiragana, a great book for beginners. So if you're trying to figure out what book you should buy, I started off with Let's Learn Hiragana, and that helped me learn and master. Well, I'm really not mastered, but it helped me really learn and be comfortable with seeing and recognizing and actually being able to write the characters in the specific order that you have to write the hiragana characters in. Another book that I bought was my first book of Japanese work. Now, this book is a children's book. Again, I think it's a really good idea that if you're just starting in any language to buy children's books. They're easy to start, they're easy to read. Specifically, this book has all of the Japanese words written in hiragana. So for me, I can identify and read each word. And they also have the English writing as well. So this is a really great book. I got all of my books on Amazon, so I can actually link them in the description down below. So if you're interested in these particular books and you want to learn Japanese too, these are a really great start. And the other book that I got was Am I Small? Or Watashi Chisai. Am I Small? Really cute book. Again, all of the writing is in hiragana, so it's really easy for me to read. And then they also have the English below or above the actual writing in hiragana. Oh, some of my notes. Well, I have so many notes. Wow. But this is what the book looks like. Again, it's a really fairly easy read, and they're really fun children books. Again, if you can think back to when you learned your native language, whatever first language that was as you were growing up, it all started off with children's books. So for me, it just made sense to buy books that were rated for children so that I could start to build up my strength in like reading and comprehending and trying to see the sentence structure and the grammar of Japanese language. Okay, so after buying these books and being able to kind of read through each of them and work through some of the lessons, they were all great. It helped me to be that much more stronger with my Japanese language, but there became a point where I was reading, where I was writing, and I didn't quite know if I was pronouncing each character or each word properly, so there really needed to be one more step to my learning Japanese language. So I was in real need of actually having more help than having flashcards, having the app on my phone, and having these books. So the next best thing for me was to actually hire and look for a tutor, a Japanese tutor at that. So I was able to find a tutor that worked out perfectly for me. This sensei is really awesome. She's really nice. And I'm actually using the app italki, which maybe you've heard of. There are a lot of apps out there again, but I use italki, and it is a really friendly and easy way to find an instructor that is perfect for you, that you can actually have test lessons with them so that you can see maybe you like this sensei or maybe you don't. Maybe you want to shop out other senseis as well. So for me, I only did one practice lesson with my sensei, who is now my sensei, and I am forever her gakusei, or her student. So I'm really, really excited. This app is very friendly. Again, it's very easy to use, and having that sensei to be able to go over all of my learnings and all of my findings, really make things so much easier and give me way more structure and way more support than any of the books or any of these cards or any of the information on the app could give me. So in combination, I use all 4 of these methods every single day. Well, maybe not every single day, but I alternate from each one, and I have a really strong foundation in practicing and learning my Japanese language. So I'm really excited to continue to further my knowledge, further my learnings in Japanese. So if you guys have any questions at all about any of this process, any of the 4 essential ways that I use my learning methods to learn Japanese, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to shed some more light on my flashcards, on the app called Duolingo, or maybe the app Italki, or even any of these books. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's video. I know it wasn't a vlog, but I really wanted to talk to you guys specifically about me learning Japanese. So if you like this week's video, you know what to do. Go ahead and do a super jump on the like button down below, and also get subscribed to the YouTube channel because every single Wednesday is a brand new vlog. Watashi wa Matty Beeves desu. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in 7 days. Mata ne! Boom!